Okay, I believe it's now recording. Hello everyone and welcome to Turnip Truck TV. My name is Alex McCracken. I am your host, and we're going to take a tour of the Turnip Truck garden today. Our home garden and trial garden. I will turn the camera around now. I think you can see there's our teepee located in the center of the garden, with Esther and Ella lying so nicely at the entrance. Today is Esther's birthday. She's 14 years old. She's the wonder dog. Oh, and she's standing up nicely for the camera. Esther's so old. Yeah, I'm so old. Esther just threw up for her birthday, so she's having a nice day. And there's Ella, her daughter. And this is the Turnip Truck vegetable garden. My wife and I have a business here in southeastern Pennsylvania called the Turnip Truck, where we help people grow their own food in their own backyards. And this is our own personal garden. We now garden about 10,000 square feet. And this is our main garden. I also have the pumpkin patch, which is located up above there. I'll show you that in a moment. So let's just walk around, shall we? This is our fall area that we've just planted recently. We usually do this planting right on Labor Day if we can, which we did this year. That was 9 days ago. So you can already see the spinach is up and looking good. This is baby bok choy and some beets here in the rest of the row. I'm still learning how to operate this camera, so I hope this is working. Over here we have daikon radishes and turnips. Of course, we are the Turnip Truck. We have to have turnips. And there's some more Chinese cabbage and bok choy here in this row. The Chinese cabbage came up rather sparse, but there's one, and there's one. So that is most of the seeds that we planted. There's a few kale over here, and carrots, carrots appear as if they're now coming up. Hooray! I don't know if you can see them though, but they're there. And then of course we have arugula and lettuce over here as well. There's arugula. And there's some of the lettuce. Just starting to get going. And then the transplants that we have in here are Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, and some broccoli, which got munched pretty good by cabbage looper worms. But I've been keeping after them and smashing the hell out of them. There's Larry. Larry! Very shy. Let's see. There shouldn't be too many. Oh, there's one of the adults right there. Right on cue. Trying to lay an egg. The adults are pretty hard to catch. But I usually just look for the worms and smash them as I see them. Every couple days I go through all the plants and do that. This right here was our summer squash area this year. I had this completely covered with floating row cover for most of the summer. One of the major problems we've had over the years is bacterial wilt, which is spread by cucumber beetles. And organically, the best way to prevent that problem is just to cover the plants entirely with floating row cover, which is now bunched up over along the edge here. I just removed it a few days ago. It's the end of the season now. And this is the first year, probably in, I want to say 4 or 5 years, that all of our summer squashes survived the entire summer. And it's all because they were covered. And the cucumber beetles did not have access to the plants, so they could not spread their diseases. Bacterial wilt. This is Sunburst summer squash, one of our favorite patty pans. Here's a small area of tomatoes. For us, this is a small area. We have 56 tomato plants total this year. About 25 different varieties. A lot of the rest of our tomato plants are way up there on either side of my pumpkin domes. We will visit my pumpkin domes in the next episode, because that is something that will take some time. There's a lot of cool stuff going on up there. I also do heirloom apple and pear trees. I do my own grafting every spring. It's one of the services our business provides. If you have a wonderful old apple tree in your yard that you want to preserve the variety of, if it's an old sickly looking tree, or it's gotten too large and you want to cut it down or whatever, I can come to your house, take some cuttings, graft them onto whatever rootstock you want. You can make any apple variety a dwarf tree if you put it on the correct rootstock. And then for a fee, of course, you can have your own clones from your own apple tree. And you can replant as many of them as you want. Where am I going? So our teepee is the centerpiece of the garden. We typically grow 6 or 7 different types of vines up it. Mostly flowering things, like moonflowers and morning glories, hyacinth bean, cardinal climber. But the last few years we've also done tromboncino squash, which get quite huge. They are an excellent squash. They can be eaten as a summer squash, or they can be let grow into a huge winter squash that is similar to a butternut in flavor. And they're very cool hanging on the inside of the teepee. Right, Esther? You're still old? Oh, poor Esther. Esther's having a nice birthday. We also grow a lot of peppers, about the same number of varieties as we do tomatoes, 25 or 30 varieties. We have Jerusalem artichokes growing back there along the border, asparagus, sweet potatoes right here, This is our second year growing sweet potatoes, and we've learned a lot of interesting facts and tricks about growing them that we'll be sharing in a future episode. Our strawberry patch, which is recovering nicely from a hard trimming I gave it a few weeks ago. I wanted to try to remove a lot of diseased foliage and feed it heavily with horse manure, which is what you see amongst the plants there. We use a lot of horse manure. It's great stuff. This is our beans and corn area. Purple peanuts. First time trying them this year. That's one of the things we like to do, is try out new varieties, try new things every year, gain new experiences, try to be crazy in new ways. So I don't really know if these are going to have enough time to form a lot of peanuts on them this year. It's already September 15th. So I think next year I might be starting these early in pots to give them a head start. But I'm hoping to get at least a few. I have a fig tree back here in the corner. I can't really see. Where is it? That looks like my fig tree. Oh, yeah, that's it. I've successfully gotten my fig tree to overwinter here the last 2 winters by wrapping it up with various things. We'll talk about that some other time as well. So that's basically it for the main turnip truck garden. Esther wants to leave now. So I hope you enjoyed this little tour of the turnip truck garden. As you can see, we do have some weeds. Not everything's perfect here all the time. Organic gardening has its challenges. It also has tremendous rewards. So I hope to be sharing all these things with you in the future, in future episodes of Turnip Truck TV. I hope you tune in. You can check out our website at turniptruckgardens.com. And look forward to our next episode next week, when we will visit the pumpkin domes. We will see all of the various pumpkins and winter squashes going on up there. Thank you for watching. And you can always contact us through the website if you have any questions, or need any gardening help, or have any suggestions about what you'd like to see on Turnip Truck TV. Thank you again. I have been your host, Alex McCracken. Have a wonderful day. Esther has left the building. Bye, Esther. Happy birthday.